I think if there's anything to really take away from last night's episode of The Masked Singer, it can be summed up in one simple word. Jag! Good morning. Happy Thursday, everyone. It is Thursday, May 7th. We are now on Thursday, the first week in May. Well, first full week in May. Technically, May 1st was the first day of May, but, it's the first Thursday of May of 2020. Oh. And, this was a very much entertaining episode of The Masked Singer. Man, last night was so entertaining. It's weird. This is the kind of episode where, you really don't know where to start in terms of, Wow, I really don't know where to start with this. Holy cow. Actually, I didn't know where to start. Well, I should say that if you haven't watched it, you know that the final five, we're now in the quarterfinals, if you will. So the semifinals or the final four will be next week. And for the finals, they always do a, final three. And as of last night, prior to the showing of the episode, the singers were the Night Angel and the Kitty. Gotta do ladies first. The Rhino, the Frog, and the Turtle. So, angels are more human-like creatures, but a lot of animals in the last night's episode that are still staying. So that was really fun. Needless to say, all five contestants sang their hearts out, which definitely is good. You definitely want to be entertained the best possible way. And, I really didn't see a false note anywhere among the other singers. I mean, technically that's one thing that may be a little bit to the Masked Singer's detriment, is that rarely did you ever hear any of the judges say that the performance of the singer themselves was off. But one could argue that, that is technically a good thing because, first of all, it does technically promote self-esteem. But more importantly, we don't know who's underneath the mask. If they were, a great singer and they had a bad performance that ultimately cost them from moving on, then that would be very embarrassing. But if they were, a non-singer, say, celebrity athlete, then and they had a bad performance that ultimately cost them the, get a mask. I mean, we really wouldn't be worried about that because singing isn't what they're known for. They'd be known for doing, whatever. So, with that being said, how about we get into who ended up getting a mask last night, shall we? First things first, I kind of thought that I'm actually really kind of sad to bring this up because, to be honest, I actually at least wanted to see this one make it to the semifinals. But the fact that the Kitty actually made it as far as she did, it does speak volumes. It really does. It just goes to show, it's not that the Kitty's performance was bad. Not even close. It's just, and honestly, I don't even think that, the other Masked Singers were that much better. Really, this is one of those situations where all five were good. It just happens that everyone voted for the Kitty to go home. Which, that happens in these sorts of shows all the time. Nothing really to be ashamed of. I mean, if this was a different day, maybe the Night Angel goes home. If this was a different day, maybe the Rhino goes home. If it's a different day, maybe the Frog goes home. And it just goes on. In fact, quite a few of these episodes that's been the recurring theme. No performance has been bad. In fact, I really think even the performances that one would say weren't as good, at the very least they were still entertaining. At the very least, the singer themselves were on key. And they knew how to phrase their melodies. Oh yeah, I know some music terminology. You really? Come on, I used to sing in choir when I was a kid. You really think I don't know any music terminology? I mean, I'm not like a giant musician. Like, I know the names of like several notes, and I know what fortissimo and pianissimo are, but that's really about it. That's like the knowledge of like my musical knowledge. Oh, I lost my train of thought there while also trying to yawn. It really is going to be one of those days, isn't it? Although I shouldn't say, I mean, my mom forced me to play the drums in fourth grade, which stunk because band practice was always during recess. Just a lot of recess because of that. Man, that was not fun. Fourth grade really wasn't a very good year for me. It wasn't. And that was easily one of the reasons why. Right. Although I do sort of know how to play the drums even now. The key is you actually want to have, when you're holding onto the drumsticks, literal, actual drumsticks you use for a drum, not, chicken or turkey legs. When you're holding onto the drumsticks, you actually want to keep the grip a little bit on the loose side, so you can do like some of those rapid fire. Oh yeah, I can make the machine gun sound like tongue too. Fun fact, that's also the very thing you should do when rolling your R's, when hablar español. Right. So, right, someone's like, hey, genius, get to who it was on Mass last night, will ya? Okay. It was the kitty, obviously. And, the celebrity ended up being someone who, once again, I have no idea who they are. And someone's like, really? You're someone who talked about watching America's Got Talent and you don't know who Jackie Ivanko is? To be honest, I didn't really start watching America's Got Talent until I was a lot older than I am now. I said that wrong, didn't I? When I was younger. A lot. There's a better way to say it. I was older than the episode of America's Got Talent that Jackie Ivanko premiered on. I didn't start watching it until quite long after Jackie Ivanko was on. To put things into perspective, I'm sure anyone who's been a fan of America's Got Talent knows this, but Nick Cannon, who is now the host of The Masked Singer, at one point was also the host of America's Got Talent. And so he was the host when Jackie Ivanko was 10 years old, and she performed on there. And did she? I don't even know if Jackie Ivanko won. I'm literally going to be looking this up right now. See if she actually won. Or it was Ivanko. Okay. Accepted as contestant, YouTube sensation. We're Final Four. It says she made it to the finals, but I don't really know. It doesn't. Oh, okay. She came in second place to Michael Grimm. All right. I was looking like it doesn't say if she won or not. That's weird. Oh, there you go. The sun is rising again. Actually, technically the sun was already risen when I started this video. What's happening now is that it was cloudy for a second, and now actually I'm completely wrong about that. It was the clear blue sky. The sun is really starting to just go over the horizon. Hooray. Anyway, that's interesting. Many viewers and commenters felt that Ivanko should have won, and Michael Grimm expressed surprise at the outcome. Okay, so, yes, Jackie Ivanko was last night's contestant on The Masked Singer who sadly got unmasked. Actually, Let me do some. Let me look up some. Okay, never mind. Anyway, so needless to say, Jackie Ivanko's performances were all very good, and her reasoning for why she did the Masked Singer was actually very poignant. It's just that, I mean, let's be honest, she was 10 years old when she was on America's Got Talent. And, because of that, she's most likely going to be branded the not stereotype, but label of celebrity child performer, I guess. Or child actor, or child something. The point is, many people would associate her with being a kid. This was her way of, sort of being like, no, I'm 20 years old right now. I'm an adult. You should treat me like an adult, but I want people to understand that I'm not a kid anymore. I'm capable of singing at a very adult level. Let me show you, and, we can go from there. And that was really cool. And, I can't really talk about last night without talking about After the Mask, which is very exciting. We got to see Sarah Palin again, the bear. One thing I never actually did bring up that I should have, and come to think of it, I think this premiered before International Women's Day. Well, it actually is the week of Mother's Day, so I guess the timing's okay now. Where, when Sarah Palin was the bear on The Masked Singer, her song was Sir Mix-a-Lot, Big Butts, and I like big butts and I cannot lie, which I will admit I do fall in that category as well. But that aside, she actually reworded it so she was talking about guys' butts. That's actually the part I don't agree with, because if anyone knows me, knows I do not really have a booty. I do not. I am minus a booty. Seriously, whoever I'm in a relationship with should probably have a booty big enough for two people. That was T.M.I. But, outside of seeing Sarah Palin again, we saw Donny Osmond, the peacock from season 1. He had a few words to say. That was really cool. Jackie Ivanko showed up and did a little sing as well. And, Ken Jeong, Nicole, everyone who was there, had fun. And I gotta say, I'm really digging After the Mask. I mean, with everything going on right now, quarantine and everything, it's really sad to think, I know with After the Mask, they wanted to do so much more with it, but because of the, instead of, the way they have format, people on different screens and stuff like that, people want, they wanted it to be a lot bigger than it is, but because of COVID-19, you really can't. But I think, and let's hope that this all blows over. I'm hoping it blows over. That, if and when we get to season 4 of The Masked Singer, and they do After the Mask again, they'll probably be able to do it so, instead of, the format they have now, they'll probably do it, in the way of, a talk show. Or, sit down, couches, discuss, what's going on. Typically, you would see after, because I know that one of my all-time favorite comedians, Chris Hardwick, used to do a thing called Talking Dead. It'd be the same sort of thing. Where, they're all sitting on a couch, conversing, theorizing, what's going to happen next. In the case of The Walking Dead, who's going to die. I'll be honest, I never really watched that show. I just know the joke that if it's a character with a thought and personality, they're likely going to die very soon. I'm not kidding. That's been, the running stereotype joke of, watching, The Walking Dead. If they're a character who's likable, has a personality, and, is not, brain dead, they are going to die. Though, luckily, The Masked Singer doesn't do that at all. So, I think we can thank our lucky stars about that. Oh, no. last night was a fun episode. You know, I can't wait for the semifinals next week, which is going to be between the Night Angel, the Rhino, the Frog, and the Turtle. So, an angelic figure, a mammal, a reptile, and an amphibian. There's something Bible related about that. I don't know what. Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on social media platforms. Turn those notifications on YouTube. I am very humbly made this video for all of you guys to watch and enjoy today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. And remember, if you guys ever want to talk or channel with me here, letting you know always back. Take care and make good choices. Jack! I gotta do one more. Bye.